Hello, this is Marbozir and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. So, let's continue where we left off. I decided to go check out Brackenbury, see if I can find anything interesting in there, and I can continue this scepter task. Take the scepter pieces to Nance in the Brackenbury sanitarium. So, let's go check it out. Once I'm done with that, I might go back to my stronghold and back to the Endless Paths. I've not done anything in the Endless Paths in a while. But anyway, let's check this zone first. Not a very big zone from the looks of it. So let's have a chat.
Hail and well met.
A woman stands in the shade of the garden, muttering to herself. She's fixated on the pages of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. Tell me about yourself. Yeah, someone tells you he's busy and then you ask him to tell you his life story. That's not rude at all. What are you so busy with? She snaps her book shut. I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death. But we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about making them stick? She brushes a stray lock from her forehead. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole state of soul-related ailments, including the hollowborn. But if we understood how to reattach souls, we could end Widewan's legacy, maybe even conquer death. She scratches behind her ear. That's the theory anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have all the research I need to put it into practice. What exactly do you need? This is the problem with animancers. You meddle in things you don't understand. Well, let's play nice for now. There's a manuscript called The Theorems of Pangram. It contains research from Pangram's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the Elder Archives. Let me guess, you want us to go get it for you. I have heard of this book, back in Celona, I think, but never seen it. Many animancers speak of it with awe. The theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grimda, the High Archivist, worships whale, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. And since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kinds of information that would be useful to me. Okay? Maybe she could be persuaded. Maybe. You're welcome to try, but you wouldn't be the first. Look at me spinning my troubles. It's kind of you to listen, but I should really get back to my work. Anything else? Okay. Well, I think we're done here. So that gives us a new quest. The Theorems of Pangram. Okay, we'll check it out later. Let's take a look around. Who exactly do I need to find here? Oh yeah, I need to find the sanitarium or whatever. Is that the place? Yeah, that's the place. Alright. Let's have a chat with Nance or something. Where are you? Talk with this person? Nope. Come on, where are you hiding? Oh, maybe she's on a different floor or something? Oh, there we go.
Welcome.
So, I'm afraid I don't practice anymore, child. Too busy with my research. Imatel sent me. He said you'd be interested in these scepter pieces we found. What do you do here? Well, let's just go straight to the point. That chatty old fishwife's been blabbing about me, I see. She laughs and rolls her eyes. Never trust your secrets to a man with so much salt in his beard. Anyway, let's see what you got. Nance examines the scepter, her eyes hooded by crinkled flesh. Imatel told you true, I'll buy this. Unfortunately, a broken scepter isn't as valuable as he may have led you to believe. She steals a glance at your face, but her fingers tighten around the piece in her hands. I'll take it off you for 500. I got 4 in lore? Nonsense. This could easily be repaired by someone with proper skills. I don't have 14 perception. Let's go with the lore option. Her eyes flash under their sagging lids. I've got the skills, alright? And you know more than the average relic hunter I see. Making it whole again is a matter of alchemy. Expensive alchemy. I've got to soak the broken ends in Fiend's blood compound to reconnect them. Never mind the embalming work to restore the enchantments. I could do it to the tune of 1800 pounds. Okay. Oh, I could pay her to restore the scepter. Interesting. That's quite a lot of money, though. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I do have around 10,000. So maybe it is worth the gamble. I have no idea what the outcome of this will be, so yeah, I don't know if it's worth it or not. I might go for this option. Alright, let's pay her 1800. It might be a waste of money, but whatever. I won't go bankrupt as a result of this. I expect you'll want to watch and see that your money is put to good use. Better get comfortable then. Okay. After what feels like hours, she returns to the main hall with you and presents the scepter. Looking at it, you'd never know it had been broken in the first place. This may be the finest work I've ever done, if I may say so. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. Examining a piece like that is a dream come true for someone in my field. Take good care of it. Okay. So... well, what did we get exactly then? Let's see... there, that's it. Anguithian Scepter. Nope. Where is it exactly? This one? Yep, that's what we got. I don't know if this was worth 1800. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. But hey, we got it. Do I actually want to use it on someone? Maybe, maybe not. It's not terrible. But I don't really need a 200 melee weapon on anyone specifically. Other than her, but she has a good 200 sword. So using a scepter would be a bit silly. I could give it to Durance for now. It might not actually be better than whatever it is that he is using. Yeah, I don't think that's better. No, that's definitely not better. He has increased reach with this one and higher damage range. Okay, I guess we kind of wasted our money then. But that's fine. I still got 8400. So not really a big deal. Hold on, there's something downstairs here. Maybe I should check that out. Let's have a look then. Okay. Knock knock. Anyone home? Sanitarium guard. Oh, this is locked. Okay, and we don't have the key. Who are these people? An animancer scribbles feverishly on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation. Oh. What are you working on? Yeah, we are not rude at all. Just walking in and interrupting people. So... okay. A Hollowborn who received a transplanted animal soul during infancy. One of Animance's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. They show signs of developmental abnormalities throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Transplanting animal souls into children seems like an odd solution. We Animancers were trying to do something about the crisis, better than letting it swallow a generation of children. And despite the controversy, it only went so far, because at first it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when incompatibilities between body and soul take shape. Children become violent, ravenous. I promise you, angry mobs hunted down animancers and burned down their homes, with them still inside, often as not. Okay. People talk to calling it the cruel salvation, and many still loathe us for it. But we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for us, for our help, and we did the best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. Why do you study them? What kind of question is that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? Animancy has an answer here. I know it. It's simply a matter of working it out. Alright. Well, just looking around. Anything else to see here? Well, there are some more people here.
Greetings.
Here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the Keith standing in front of me. What can I do? Well, what do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Sublimating pre-awakened souls has been one of Animance's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. But the truth is that I find new suitable subjects here. Wideone's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. I fear I will return to Brevois with nothing to show for my efforts. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. She scratches her chin. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakening I can study, I'm afraid. I need someone whose awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. But I thank you for your offer. Okay. Well, let's see if there's anyone else here. Probably. Oh, this is closed. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Alright, let's get out of here then. I'm guessing this place will be relevant later? Possibly. But we're done here, for now. I might go back to the stronghold now. I probably should do some more endless paths. Anyone else I can talk with? Head Warden? A well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinking over the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful desperate. A strong warmth emanates from it that you could sense from across the room. There is human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention turned towards you. It has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that has brought you to my sanitarium? I'm curious as to how you've come to be in your present state. In the statue, you mean? Well, I was old, and it seemed wrong to me. A lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it will be in spite of our condition. Of that I am quite sure. To live on, as part of something I helped build, seemed to me a better legacy than what nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go. And for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. Tell me about the sanitarium? A history lesson. This is a rare pleasure. Most come here only concerned with cheating death in one way or another. We are an old institution as Deerwood goes. This is our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of the worst was that those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls came to populate its streets in droves. Thus, the sanitarium. Brackenbury was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy more than anything, I think. Our founding came in at a time of great suspicion in animancy, much like today. So much progress has been lost to the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time, it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then, we have been at the forefront of animancy's resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here, and we have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It's really quite a list, if you'll pardon my pride. Today it's, well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There's been some push to shut us down. It comes from Deerwood's more excitable denizens, whose minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy, and they see it involves something they don't understand. So it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. It looks to them like we're hiding something. We have a representative in the palace this very moment, defending the entire science of animancy at a hearing before the Duke. Absurd as it sounds. If it does not go well, it could be the end of animancy in Deerwood. I fear Ivar may be swayed by all this unrest, irrational though it may be. We shall see. Alright, so that was a history lesson. I think we're done here for now, so let's get out and see if there's anything else in this zone. So, what's this place? Oh yeah, these are the people I already dealt with in one of the previous quests. What else? Well, we can probably check this place out. I mean, I can check this place out as well. We probably won't be very welcome here. But hey, who knows? Nope. Alright, let's go in. So...
How do you do?
The burly guard eyes you warily. I don't recognize you. What business do you have with House Doemenel? I'm just here to loot the place and kill anyone in my way. No, I don't think so. Well, we can just have a chat and that's about it. It's an old and respected family. Much of Defiance Bay's prosperity is due to Doemenel's business activities. Well, we're done here. Alright, well, let's move on for now. Not much to see here, unless I plan attacking them, which I do not. That would be a terrible idea. And it would end poorly for us. Let's check this place. So, more people to talk with? This young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. I told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you're here about, then save yourself the trouble. What are you talking about? Just tell me what the problem is. Luckily for you, today is my day off. I'm just here for a drink. Well, I'm not after you, but maybe I can help. Well, it's true, I'm not after him. I don't even know who this person is. He pulls at a shining button. That's a relief, but I don't see how. Cyril's a courtesan over at Salty Mast in Ondra's Gift. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense. fill him up with liquor, and send him her way. They have a good time and Cyril takes her fee, and a little extra. He rubs his fingers together. 100 coppers here and trinket there is a bounty for us. And these lords and ladies never notice anything's missing. That's dishonest. Honest. Well, that is an honest answer. It is rather dishonest. Let's tell him to go on for now. Anyway, we always split the bounty. Until a week ago. He squeezes his lips into a tight frown. She takes a necklace of some noble. It's an Engwithian medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford. He tugs at the gold chain around his neck. And even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it. That's a hard thing. Okay, I'll see about that medallion. Tell me more about the situation. You're both a couple of cheats. And you're finally getting what you deserve. Good riddance. Well, it's true. It's true. What could you possibly understand about what Cyril and I have worked for? He waves a hand. I don't need help from an outsider like you. Hey, I don't plan helping you either. But apparently we got a quest anyway. Far from home. Talk to Cyril. Alright, well, we got a quest anyway. That's fine. Anything else to see here? And from what I remember, I would have to pay quite a lot of money to see Cyril. So, I don't plan doing that right now. Okay. Anything else we can do here? I don't really need to rest. Are there any quests? From the innkeeper? I don't think so. Alright. Let's get out of here then. So this might be a good moment to go back to the stronghold and do endless pass. Perhaps. I could also check out some of the other locations around the map.
Stay so optimistic?
Stormwall Gorge, I've not been there at all. I suppose I could check it out. Maybe. I got some other quests. I have quite a few quests. Half of these are from my companions. So there's that. Well, I could go here. I've not been there at all. What else do we have here? Find more pieces of the ancient sword. Oh no, that's from the endless path. Let's see. Explore the endless path. I'm not sure where this one is. Travel to the cliffs that you saw in the vision. That's Sagani's quest. Oh yeah, I also have this one. Crucible Keep in First Fires. I suppose I could check that out. Okay, where's Crucible Keep? Right here. Well, we are right at the entrance. Let's go check it out then. But I will go back to the Endless Pass before I continue my main quest here in Defiance Bay. I won't be continuing the main quest for now, I'll just do some other side quests first. So what business brings you to the keep? Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. So... who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep, so that Commander Clyver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boss. What goes on in the Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Okay. Commander Clyver's in the back, making plans, as usual. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the golem if you're praying type. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Clyver I said that. We were the first organized militia to oppose the Aederan rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that creature out in Dunrid Row. What's this about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? Spit it out. I'll spit it out. He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. All I'm saying is that they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? Sounds fair enough. Well, it does. That seems like an extreme position to take. Okay, let's go with the diplomatic one. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that's the biggest crime of all. So, can we check this place out? What exactly do I need to find here again? Which quest was that? This one. So... Osirik. Okay. No, that's the person who gave us the quest. His breastplate can be found somewhere in the Crucible Keep. He also mentioned that Penhelm, the keeper of the armory, was one of the officers. Okay, Penhelm. Maybe that person? Let's just look around. Unless someone throws us out. Don't stun.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Clyver they won't be repaired till next week.
No, that's something else. Show him the pieces of the blade of the Endless Pass. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you can repair it? That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his raw hands. Looks Idiran, special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt too. It would be a shame to graft anything else onto it, and besides, it will balance best with all the original pieces. You find the rest of it, and I'll forge it for you. Alright, fair enough. So, what do you do here?
Master.
Well, we know that part.
Master Smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Okay. Well, let's look around a bit more. There's Penhelm. Let's have a chat. Okay. Are you looking for something? Does the name Osric sound familiar? Alright, let's be direct about this then. He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him. Or with any of his new friends at the expedition hall, for that matter. Scums and delinquents, the lot of them. What's the story between you two? He says your affidavit is a forgery. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? Well, let's not accuse him of forgery just yet. What's the story? Osric has always held some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family had such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots. That some of our officers were beginning to resemble Adrian nobility. He would have us all wear roughspawn and fight with forge hammers. I merely reported his statements. I don't see the problem. If the knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. That history made the knights what they are now. You can't cast it aside. Okay, I don't see the problem. People change. Organizations change. The Crucible Knights began as a militia of blacksmiths. But Dunstan's one of the only officers who can wield a hammer these days. We're professional soldiers. Isn't that who you want defending a city? Besides, a novitiate has no business maligning his superiors. How leaders handle the subordinates' defiance says a great deal about their ability to lead, don't you think? It's true that history made the knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. Okay. Well, I don't really see the bright, so to speak, answer here. Let's go with this one. We've outgrown our past. Sometimes you need to move on. Outgrown it like an old sealskin coat. You adapt with the times, sure. But that's a bit naive. Okay. Well, here's the last option we got. I quite agree. And that's why Osric has no place here. So... do I want to go with the forgery option or not? Well, let's see what he's going to say. It's a bit aggressive. Rational too. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspersions. What with his pedigree in the Knights. It's a lie, of course. As should be perfectly obvious to someone as logical as you. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Well, I guess that's about it. How does someone become a knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. Anyhow, Commander Clyver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Okay, maybe I should talk with the commander then? Rogue Knight. So Penhelm doesn't appear to be keen on parting with Osric's armor, which he is presently wearing. Okay then. Well... oh yeah, I could actually find it somewhere. That's actually our next goal. Well, that was our goal all along. It kind of wasn't, but anyway, let's look around a bit more. Can I sneak around? I suppose I can. It would be a bad idea to loot any of this. Let's take a look around. This place is big. Yeah, it is. Okay. Anything interesting in here?
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Anything here? Nope. Let's go upstairs then.
Be quiet.
That's just a book. Not very relevant for us. Some people in here. No one relevant, I don't think so. I'm just looking around. We can also go upstairs, I think. Yeah, I don't think breaking into any of this would be a good idea right now. Probably not. Well, let's go upstairs then. The commander is probably here, I'm guessing. So maybe we can have a chat. Yep.
Don't have the manpower.
There's the commander. Commander Clyver stands in front of a massive table, studying him.
Riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Okay, why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Okay. With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. We can get a slight positive with them. Quit being dramatic. You chose this career. Yeah, let's not go with this one. But that's hilarious. What's wrong? Can't keep a bunch of desperate, homeless, half-starved civilians in line. Let's go with the first one. Is there any way I can help? Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an Animensis Scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience or fear. Some Agitator throws a rock at them. We don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the Scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Viana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I can't have the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scriveners' dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Animancy is tolerated in most parts of the Republics, but some Valiants prefer the community in Defiance Bay for their research. I hope she hasn't been forced out of the city or wards. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have the need. He forges and repairs all our equipment. Just won't find a more capable smith. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Was there something else I could do for you? Well, that's pretty much it, I guess. You're in charge, we already know that. Tell me about the knights. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hundred's Day. We've improved our shining since then, but Dunreed Rowe can certify that many of our officers come from good Deerwoodian fighting stock. Now, we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. Yeah, I can only guess which family he means, the Doemenels or whatever they were called. Tell me about these enterprising families. Yeah, House Doemenel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families, and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. What do the dozens have against you? They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world, and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries, on a good day, and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Okay, we're done here then. So, build to last. That's the quest. The next step is in Copper Lane. Well, we got quite a few quests around here still. But anyway, I'm going to finish this part here and continue in next one. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.